Welcome back. We are back at it. We're playing another game. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna be heading straight into Corrode, the map that we are all so familiar with. But we saw a lot of promising improvements on Corrode on Tuesday, and they did win their game on Wednesday. So the morale is very high. Hopefully, we're taking a lot of things from those two games into this one.
Yeah.
And we've heard that this opponent is a little bit more, will probably take a little bit more effort, a little more teamwork, but we've actually seen CMU be able to do that. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's a little better.
Yeah, and unfortunately we're not able to live stream the game on Wednesday since our other teams were live streaming, so hopefully you guys were supporting them. But yes, we were able to win, and now we're going into this one. Luckily this game is not super important for playoffs since we did win the other game, but it would be nice to get a victory here.
Yeah, just a little cushion. We're gonna see the exact same comp that we've always had on Corrode. We've pretty much established that we're comfortable on the roles and the agents that we are on. We're seeing a very different comp from the enemy team, however, and it's kind of reminding me of the game against Western on Tuesday in terms of the agents that they picked and kind of the overall dynamic.
Yeah, we're seeing that Neon again, and I didn't always know if Neon was the best pick for this map, so it'll be interesting to see if this team is able to play it better. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting because you would think Neon would be more of the popular pick since she has so much more movement and she can use that movement so much more. Like, Waylay is limited to her signature ability. But, you see Waylay in the meta as to opposed to Neon, even though their kits are, like, super similar. So it'll be cool to see these two agents go head to head and kind of show each other their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm wondering how this pistol round will be going since we did really well last time on the pistol round against Western, but that was an easier team. So I'm wondering if this will be more 50-50 or if we will struggle with this pistol round. But I think Central has their confidence pretty high from winning 2 games in a row this week already.
Yeah. This one will be a lot harder. But I think, honestly, if we just carry on what we've been doing, we won't have an issue. But if we keep letting those bad habits, like overextending and dry peeking, kind of get the best of us, it's going to be really hard to do this, especially because a big factor against Western was that we could out-aim them and stuff, and that's not going to be as applicable here. So we're really going to have to use, like, the fundamentals of the game. So any little mistake is going to be really detrimental.
Yeah, Central cannot afford as many slip-ups here. I think Ball State is ranked pretty high. I know that we saw them play Akron recently. I think Ball State is ranked a little bit lower than Akron. So yeah, definitely going to be something that's going to challenge Central Michigan, which will probably be nice since we have been able to win our last 2 games. So maybe we do need this challenge to help us practice out some new things and clean up our moves a little bit.
Yeah, looks like we're just waiting for a little bit.
Yeah,
waiting for both productions to kind of get going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think will kind of be the deciding factor for Central here?
I think the deciding factor will be if Central can have a strong defense or not. I think if they are having a weak defense, that it's gonna not go well going into the attacking side, especially with their confidence being shot. So I do think that they really need to have a nice, clean.
Yeah, I think it'll be super interesting because usually Central chooses defense on Corrode, like, very intense, like, intentionally. We're gonna see this trade go on there. Lots of players entering the A site.
A 4v3, still anybody's game here.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit. It was a good, like, fight there, but we just didn't have enough people. Because the trades that were necessary did happen, but it just it was a little bit overwhelming because almost all of the team was just in that little choke. Yeah, Central's kind of taking all the time in the world to make a move.
Unfortunately, they might get punished for that. Yep. Yeah, Central going a little slow there. But also, Ball State having a really good post plant. If they had all those angles set up, they just had the numbers game. So overall, not too bad for a pistol round, but Yeah, a little bit unfortunate to see there. We wanted Central to start off strong.
Yeah, I think a big difference between Ball State and Central there is when they were going in and retaking that site, you didn't see any util coming from Central. You didn't see Waylay use her signature ability because she could have went first, got out of there, and maybe they wouldn't have got punished. But it's again like Central being so conservative with their utility. It's just making it a really rough game for them.
And we are watching right now as these long angles are just punishing Central. Unfortunately, not having the guns to really take these long angle fights.
Yeah, and you're seeing Ball State really take these fights together. As you see, there was 3 people there.
Yep, and just like that, flawless for Ball State. But we were expecting that if they won the pistol round, that they would also win this round. Now it's time for Central to hopefully win this bonus round.
Yeah, you saw Ball State really utilize Neon there because it was just so hard for Central with lesser guns to also combat like her movement and then also the guns advantage that they didn't even lose any people there. It was very easy to take that. So you want to see Central use Waylay in a way that kind of shows the value of Waylay over Neon, and we're not really seeing that yet because they're being really weird about using her utility and just utility across the board, honestly.
Yeah. It really does sometimes come down to utility situations. Looks like Ball State going up the middle. Looks like they're just waiting a little bit longer before they make a move.
Yeah, I think Ball State's going through mid because there's a lot more closer angles, and while some of them have rifles, they don't exactly have the best things to kind of be up far away since Central has the rifles and they can take those long angles and it'll be a lot easier for them to do so. Ball State's really taking their time here. It looks like Bimmel has a lot of damage done on him. Not quite sure from what.
Oh, unfortunately getting taken out there. Now leaving a 4v5.
Yeah.
No, a 3v5, unfortunately. They are able to get the plant, it seems.
Really easy for them to go down there. Thankfully, Cloud, you saw the utility usage right there, able to get out.
Yep.
Get that kill, not be punished for it. That's what we need to be seeing more.
Unfortunately, Hound falling. Doing just to BeefStroganoff and Cloud. Will they be able to do anything here? It's gonna be quite hard. Just fighting through the smoke right now.
Lots of patience from Ball State. You don't see them overextending or chasing Central because they know they have sight. And they don't need to do much more than that. And Ball State still going with their weaker guns has so much confidence in the way that they're playing.
Yeah, it looks like Central's just gonna probably back off here, let them have the win, and keep their guns. Because the economy is gonna be quite rough here. Since they unfortunately lost their round where they did have the economic advantage.
Yeah, so they're gonna go into the save round, but it's not gonna be as detrimental as like a common save round. So it might not be as bad, but we're definitely gonna need to see more initiative taken by like the duelists and the initiators on Central's team because the way that they're doing it right now is not working, and Ball State is just so much more confident with the way that they're like using their utility, and they're kind of setting up the Neon here. You see the Sova and the Sage are like ready to react as soon as they see anyone, but you see that Central start player immediately taken out. So this might be a little bit harder for Ball State.
Yeah, Ball State relying on that Neon a lot, and so getting that first blood with them is gonna be very important here, and Central will be able to use that to their advantage.
Oh, really good shot there from Cloud. Yes. Maybe just took a few rounds for Central to warm up and get in the zone.
Yeah. And it is such a stark difference, though, seeing how Ball State uses this Neon versus how Western is using it.
Good patience from Hound there, and now Ball State doesn't have many options. They're not even close to the site. They have no space. They have no information. Yep. Central really needs to kind of just stay in their spots right here. Otherwise, they can't give up a single pick. And we see BeefStroganoff is low. We do have all 5 teams. We just need to be very patient.
And it looks like Cloud kind of bait them to try to figure out where they are, and now they know.
Yeah, they're trying to prepare for that jump peek there. not able to react to the utility whatsoever. And we're gonna see a really good play from Bimmel there. Almost completely caught off guard.
Yeah, that was amazing to see. Will they be able to get the plant in time?
10 seconds
Looks
left.
like they are able to, but
Spike
this does
planted.
give Central enough time to come over and be able to kill off this one member. It's gonna be very hard for them to defend.
Yeah, you can kind of see like the mechanical like skill in Ball State, because even though like both players definitely should have died there, but they were able to recover. But Central played this round extremely well, and if they just keep playing like this, like what is Ball State really going to be able to do?
Yeah. Definitely, and we get to see that teamwork of Central working together. They know that if they both swing out, they both go. Only the one member can only shoot at one of them. So good to see that Central is remembering these fundamentals and working with it.
You know, honestly, if I was Central, I would keep targeting that Neon, because after their duelist is gone, it's so much harder to push into sight with a Sage and with a Sova or Brim, like especially a Chamber. Like that's their star player. They need that to enter sight. So if you take that away, you know the Neon plays aggressive, so just be looking at those angles. Just be ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is what really secured the win last round, was from that. So, yeah, we definitely need to see similar plays here if we want to get ourselves more on the board. It is still very close, though. So, anybody's game.
Yeah, the Neon really made it fall apart for them. They do have that res down. Stroganoff, he's getting a little active.
Yeah.
And they're taking the team down.
Yeah.
No issue at all. Bannable and Stroganoff at the top of their game. They have Spike now.
Stroganoff not even taking any damage, too.
Yeah, it was just there's too many Central players to look at there. There's no way for them to react. Like you said, they can't shoot all of us.
Yep.
So now they're going to just have Spike on lockdown, and Ball State's just going to have to pray that all of their bullets somehow hit Central right in the head.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to try to go for it here.
Yeah, Bannable trying to preemptively spray. We don't want to peek one by one here. I want to be holding this together.
Looks like we're using util, and yep, alright, able to secure that. Again, another good win for Central. Already almost evening the score here, 2-3. Central's still definitely in this. And that, again, we're seeing some really good teamwork here. They learned that if they target them early, that it's harder for Ball State to get onto the site, and that's what we need to see.
Yeah, it's a lot harder for them to recover, because I feel like from a composition standpoint, they're a lot more defense-oriented, so they're really getting punished on this attack side after Central Michigan kind of took advantage of that. We're going to see a lot of ults go on the board this round, and Ball State is kind of getting backed into a corner, so we're probably going to see one be used. But same goes for Central, as we're almost there on ult point. Almost able to get one. We're going to see that trade. Really good utility right there for Cloud.
Oh yeah, we're seeing good util from both sides here. It is kind of becoming quite a util battle.
Yeah, we're going to see that res go up, even in a 4v3. Ball State has really gotten scared from how Central has been playing these last two rounds, which is, you know, good. The less ults on the board, the better.
Oh, and unfortunately Hound not aware they were sneaking up behind him.
Yeah, they were super aggressive. It was super hard for just two players on site to be able to do that. Looks like Ball State has almost every angle covered.
Yeah.
Bannable able to get one to revenge his teammate.
Able to get a couple before he dies, which is better than nothing. And we would have been so close if it were not for that res, too, of winning that, so.
Yeah, you saw Ball State use two ultimates there just to win one round.
Yeah. So I think Ball State is definitely a little scared now with how Central has been playing.
Yeah, you saw them invest two ults in a 4v3 when they already had sight on lockdown. Like, they are very scared of how Central had been playing at the time.
Yeah, and I think Central just being known for one player just randomly being able to get 3 kills, 4 kills, almost getting aces. We almost saw so many aces the other day. And I think that just kind of intimidates a lot of teams that, hey, there could only be one player left, but they might be really good. Able to already pick off that Neon, just what we need to see. We have 4 ults online as well. So, with Ball State only having 1. So this is gonna definitely, if we need to use our util. Unfortunately, Bannable getting picked and making a 44.
Yeah, we do have 3 ults on the board, so we're able to recover if anything really does go wrong. BeefStroganoff's clearing every angle, trying his best. Ball State comes out on top there. It's a 3v4. Will Ball State get scared and invest another ult?
I kind of hope they
Maybe.
do, but they don't really have like the best ult for it to do anything. They will get a nice gun, but yeah, I don't know if it will just be worth it. Looks like Central playing it slow, just trying to find out where they are, and it looks like Ball State able to successfully get onto B site and plant.
30 seconds left.
Central's gonna have to do a pretty clean post plant here if they're gonna want to get anything out of this.
They do have a really good angle here. Perhaps go for a waylay ult. We're gonna really need to see them keep these angles together because Ball State a little bit better aim, and we're gonna see that one of the players is alone. We're gonna see that waylay ult possibly go out. Looks like Cloud's thinking about it. Not entirely sure. Kind of relying on Hound to maybe get a pick here. We're gonna see that ult be used and immediately shut down.
Oh, that's really unfortunate to see. I bet you there was definitely talks about should we use this, should we not. And it looks like they thought it would be worth it, and yeah, unfortunate to see that Ball State was able to shut that down so easy. But we do have 4 other ults, and we are calling a timeout right now, which I do think is smart. So, looks like Hound called a timeout. Probably want to discuss how we can use our ults better in future rounds. So, yeah, it looks like, yeah, we just have this timeout. They have to just collect themselves. I think overall, though, we still are really doing really good. Ball State, getting the pistol round and then the round after, that kind of, widened the score. But the only other round that, Ball State has been really fighting for these rounds, using a lot of util to do it. And so if we find other ways to block that, we can be very successful.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because, there's 2 sides to every coin this timeout. Ball State are also thinking they're probably going to go for a post point here. So I hope Central recognizes that because we're going to see they have Brim ult right now. So their biggest priority is not going to be getting a pick, lurking. They're going to try and just explode onto site so they can play post point, use that Brim utility. And so Central's biggest goal right here is they have to prevent that. They cannot let Ball State get the bomb down, otherwise it's gonna be extremely hard because there's just so many techniques on both Sage and Brimstone where they can really stall time and they'll make it a really tight match for Central there.
Yeah, definitely. And Central is gonna really need to know how to use their util well here in order to get these wins. Looks like Ball State going up mid again, running in with that neon we're seeing. Central needs to be prepared for it. Unfortunately, Bannable getting picked. Looks like Central trying to chase after them. It looks like they're going to try to push them a little bit here. I don't know how successful it will be.
Yeah, we're going to see. They're kind of on a save round, so any plan that they talked about in the timeout is probably not going to really come into fruition until they have full rifles, they have supplies. You see almost 3 ults on the board, one being used right now.
1 enemy remaining.
Ooh. Unfortunately, only 1 player left here.
Yeah, we weren't really able to fade out any ults from Ball State. So
Yeah.
it was a good effort.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that Bimmel is just going to want to keep this gun here. So I think we're not going to see too much. He might try to get a pick here and there, but...
Yeah, he does lose this gun going into the next round, so you would think he would be a little bit more proactive because he's going to go into the next round with no gun. And
got it. So yeah, he might as well use it. So maybe he's just really trying to check his corners here.
I know, it's like there's no point in trying to prioritize winning here, but you see him at least get some value out of that gun.
Yep.
At least 2 rifles off the board.
Everything counts here. And again, we still have 3 ults. The other team has 3 ults. We might see a lot of util here, so it'll be definitely very interesting.
It looks like we have some disconnections from Ball State.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately...
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're going to have a tech pause.
Yeah, Ball State unfortunately having some issues, so we're just going to take a slight pause here. But, yeah, again, the score is slowly getting wider here. Again, we're kind of seeing like Central doing very well, but unfortunately we are just not as cleaned, we're not as refined as Ball State when it comes down to like 1v1s, where to use util, and making mistakes. So it is just making it slightly harder every time to win these because of that.
Yeah, I think honestly a thing that could really help Central is like Ball State isn't in the position they are by like doing nothing. You have to check every angle. You have to expect every single possibility. You can't just think, well, oh, maybe they aren't thinking that, because it's like they are. They are thinking that. And you just have to really not take for granted that they are a really experienced team.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we might. Oh no. Oh, yep, we are. Okay. We are back. You're going into the next round. Looks like Ball State's going to go more towards A, maybe mid here. And it looks like Central's fully pretty much on B, except for Bannable. So.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for a retake, which is going to be really hard from Central's point of view, because you have Sage Wall, you have Sage Res, you have Brimstone, all. Like, if they get that site, it might just be wraps just like that, because Bannable's not going to be able to do much to hold it off, and he's completely leaving A site defenseless. It looks like Hound may be realizing this. You kind of see him running towards the other side of the map, and basically Ball State has the site within less than 10 seconds, and that's just not what you want to do here.
Yeah, I do wonder the call to have everybody on B. I think overall they have been going more towards B quite a bit, but never know when they're gonna switch to A, so it's hard. It's a hard call on defense.
Yeah, I feel like Central was really good at predicting, like when things would be when. We're gonna see really good teamwork here. You're seeing at least 2 people peek every angle.
Yes.
They're actually gonna be successful maybe in this retake, but we're gonna see that Bimmel go on, and that's gonna stall so much time. And he's gonna so it's just 1 player left. And they need to get going. They need to defuse.
Start defusing.
And they don't have enough time.
No.
And that's the worry that we had there with that Brimstone ult. If that didn't go off, it could have got the bomb defused. But it's just,
that was so close.
It's just a
Point
hard call.
Point 2.
Just a hard call. Do we let them retake? Do we use it?
Yeah, that Brimstone ult, so oppressive. And we got to see some beautiful teamwork there, but we are so close. And it looks like Ball State going back towards B here. Central more evenly spread out this time. Probably don't want to make the same mistake. But yeah, if only they were, only if they had switched these where they were on B this time instead of last time. But we were able to almost successfully retake that. So still kind of worked out. Looks like they're going up mid. And Central is being very patient, trying to hold some ankles, probably trying to get first blood here, not let them onto site.
Yeah, it's just a really hard call. They're not going to have as effective ults that we're going to see on Ball State. We have a really good ult on Central for retake, that KO ult, and a lot of the team on Ball State relies heavily on their utility.
Yeah.
So that's going to force them into just using their mechanical skills. It looks like we're kind of all over the map and getting a little antsy, pushing into the enemy team when we really don't need to.
Again, it sometimes just comes down to patience, and Central sometimes struggles with that. And it's really hard to tell sometimes where Ball State's at, so
yeah, it could have been a really good flank, but it took way too long.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, unfortunate kill through the smoke there. BeefStroganoff's troubling.
Yeah, that just makes it a whole demo.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
Kimmel being the last man standing quite a bit here.
I feel like he does have a lot of patience and really prioritizes his life. That was a really good shot.
Oh,
two really good shots from Bimmel.
It is so hard to hit a jumping neon.
And
he got it.
I really thought he wouldn't.
Yeah.
So basically the counter is Bimmel.
Yeah.
And they need to have him against the neon every round.
Yeah. I love the good flick and being able to get that beautiful. That just shows the mechanical skill that we have. And if our other things were a little bit more refined, we might be seeing a little bit more of that. But yeah, going in, it's 2-8. Ball State slowly creeping up on match point. So definitely some pressure for Central to try to do something before it's too late.
I see Central a little bit more spread out, and you're gonna see Ball State and Central just run right into each other, except Central is going to win that fight. Even though it's just a really risky one to take in general. But we're gonna back off there, off the Sova drone.
Which is a good call. But yeah, I think we're trying to switch between being aggressive and not being aggressive to throw Ball State off. We do see the revive, so he just gets killed again. That is hilarious.
Yeah. So that's a really good ult to take off of Ball States.
Yeah.
Take it out of
Using
their
that
pocket.
Sage ult to revive a member only for them to insta-die again. Getting another kill as well, making it a 5v3. Central again, like, once they get some of their stuff figured out, able to have a really good round. And Cloud now knowing where the other members are.
And Cloud getting really good at these jumps.
One enemy
Really
remaining.
using so much game sense here.
Yes. There's just one more. That Sage.
You see so much patience here. It's
Yeah.
almost, it's like a work of
30
art.
seconds left.
Will you win this? Shooting through the box. Perfect.
You hear them reload, and that's when you know you need to take that opportunity. So, really star player
Last
from
round
Cloud there
in
for that
that.
round. We're gonna see the operator maybe given to Bimmel, maybe.
Yeah, and we have 3 ults, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like Ball State might be a little worried now due to that.
Yeah.
And it is the last round before the swap as well, so
Go, go, go.
We're gonna see. We're gonna have Central has 3 ults here.
yeah, we're gonna see
To
those
recover.
get used. Yeah.
So I think they're in a pretty good position. Ball State's gonna use their chamber one off of that. Hopefully no one from Central decides to peek this, because that would be pretty scary. We're gonna see Ball State use their other ult right off the bat. We're gonna need Central to pop one
Yeah.
ASAP. Looks like Bannable's gonna use it. Get on site faster.
And it's unfortunately we're losing this numbers game here. Oh, but Hound trying to make it even.
He's really low. Using that ult might be scary.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, ERC.
Oh, so we're gonna see him use the ult, get revived. He's gonna come back full health.
Got it.
So that's interesting.
Interesting choice here, yeah. We still have the Waylay ult, so...
Yeah, I'm sure that really threw Ball State off. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Oh, unfortunately, beautiful shot.
Last player
State.
standing.
Oh, Cloud missed the shot,
Dang.
and that's just
That we just got to see some good
Very
mechanical
brutal.
skill there from Ball State. They
Switching
had some
sides.
really good angles, and
very, very brutal.
you see like tip of like one of Central Michigan's head popped out, and Ball State's on it. Like, it's cool to see, but dang, does it hurt. And now we are back into pistol round. It is 3-9. We lost our last pistol round. Let's see if we can win this one. We've seen that sometimes we don't always use our util to the best of its abilities in the pistol, so I do want to see us using some strong util. And I'm interested to see now that we're on attack what we're gonna do. Sound holding are really cute. Looks like we might have another tech pause. We're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Gives time for the teams to talk.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting to me how Central always chooses defense, and it feels like maybe they just do it to kind of get it out of the way because it's not their strongest side, and maybe they use it because it's not their strongest side to maybe fill out the other team and maybe do better on attack. That could be a reason why they're doing it, because double initiator is really good for attack, yet they always choose defense if given the chance. So there's a lot of ways to think about why Central does the things that they do. I feel like Ball State isn't really playing any particularly special way. Like, they're honestly just winning their fights, and they're not doing any utility combos or anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and it does sometimes just come down to that. But yeah, it is interesting about Central choosing defense. But yeah, looks like we might be. I thought we were back. I don't know if we are. Yeah, it looks like still just having unfortunately tech issues. But we have seen in the past Central likes to let the other team get a lot of games and then come back. So
Yeah. Like I said, like maybe they just choose defense because it's just not their best one. They don't want to end like on a bad note like, in a game. So I don't know, because I feel like the composition really is more attack oriented. But I have a question for you. Why do you think they didn't give Bimmel the operator when he's literally on chamber and we have Waylay trying to use it while she's moving?
I have no idea. That was an interesting call. I do think Cloud has very good aim, but with such a fast-moving agent, I don't know if that's the best gun.
Yeah, I was
for
saying
them.
because Bimmel is literally playing chamber. Like, he has his teleports. He's really good at the operator, too. Like, we literally saw. Like, when someone walks into his peripheral, they're immediately deleted when he has his ult. But
Yeah, so that was an interesting call. I wonder if they're trying something new. It's always hard to tell because you don't know if they're trying something new, if they think something might work. But yep. Yeah, it looks like we're still just figuring out the pause. It's okay. Yeah. Giving the teams a lot of time to talk about how they're going into this next thing.
yeah, hopefully they're using it wisely and not just kind of sitting around. A little bit of problems with the overlays, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys were watching some of our other games, we had issues with Spectre in the past. It looks like Ball State is unfortunately having issues. Which is... Oh. Yeah, and we're just gonna wait for them to figure that out a little bit. Yeah, it is on their side, luckily, so not having to worry about it. But
Yeah, I'm really interested to kind of figure out because we weren't notified what the second map and the third map was. So I wonder if it's just like Mind again and Abyss or what they were thinking.
oh, and it looks like we're good. Okay. Yeah, I do wonder what the other maps are. Yeah, we'll have to find that out after this one.
Okay, so we just got news that the decider is not Abyss like usual. It is split, which we've never seen before.
I heard they played it yesterday and it went really well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So maybe we should pick the split over Pro.
Yeah,
Who
but
said that? Whoa.
whoa. Yeah, it's hard. It looks like we're going into this, and unfortunately,
We're gonna see one CMU player picked off the bat.
yeah. Yeah.
Where they died was a little bit peculiar. Not sure why we're pushing up so far and that leaves CMU without their duelist. Bimmel trying to like clean up and compensate for it because it's gonna be a little bit harder, but not as hard as it was for Ball State because we still have that 2 initiator comp with Stroganoff and Hound. That they still have a bunch of utility that will make it a little bit easier. It's just kind of wishing we had that Waylay to throw them off and push them out.
Yeah, definitely. It is anybody's game right now. We're going into this pistol round playing very together, which I like to see.
Yeah, we were able to quickly recover off of losing one member, and it's just gonna be hopefully trades and
it is so many trades. We need these to come out in our favor, though.
That's gonna give Ball State their signature ability back.
30 seconds
Stage
left.
wall is really annoying because it kind of forces Central to kind of all go to the same choke, so Ball State knows where to look. They're prepared for it ahead of time. When, you know, on Central, when they're playing this map, they kind of guess who's going where.
We're able to get that kill, but unfortunately Bimmel getting picked. It is BeefStroganoff. He
10
needs to
seconds
plant.
left.
It's gonna be 2 people. It's gonna be really hard.
And he has to win by killing here.
Yeah, he does.
He
Why is he-
doesn't have it. He
Yeah.
should have planted.
Ball State making the right room to run away. I think there was unfortunately I think Central did not realize how little time they had there, and they thought they had enough time to plant there. It was very close, though. I'm really glad to see that that was a lot closer than the last one, at the very least. But yeah, unfortunately, letting Ball State have another round, and they probably will get this next round as well since they have the better economy, which will get them very close to match point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pressure on CMU, but you know, like you said, they're kind of sitting back a little bit because this game doesn't matter as much, and there's a lot more close in the upcoming games that may be a little bit more equal, a little bit more even, or maybe just like way easier.
Yeah, I know that we are really looking forward to our game against Buffalo eventually, so
Take flight.
hoping to. You guys will have to stay tuned for that one.
CMU at the top of the game. Looks like we're all just kind of at a standstill here, waiting for one team.
Oh, but now we're having trades back and forth.
We're gonna see trades coming out in CMU's favor despite the gun disadvantage. Because there's just really good teamwork here. We're gonna have a little bit more of a problem. Everyone's kind of in the same corner.
Yeah, but hey, they might not be expecting everybody to be in the same spot. Yeah, Ball State probably having to realize that they need to really do something here if they want to win this. If BeefStroganoff able to get that plant, it looks like. This is gonna make it a lot harder for Ball State to do something.
Enemy down.
Fortunately, Law able to get one. I think Bannable able to get one of theirs. It's just the trades again. Trades war.
You're saying,
player
I'm really
standing.
glad to see Central be a little bit more patient. Like, even before they got the bomb down, they were really checking every single possible area on the site. We're going to see Central take a save round, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal. And that's going to kind of mess up Ball State's economy, is it?
Yeah, it's going to mess up their economy because they were really looking for that round to come out on top, and it didn't work out.
And we were able to steal some of their guns too, so like we don't even have to buy. Some people don't even have to buy guns this round, so that's gonna be really beneficial here.
Yeah, it's gonna make Central's economy a little bit weirder, so they're kind of gonna go into their own weird bonus round because they don't want to buy right now.
Yeah.
So they're looking to full buy next round. So it's gonna be a little bit of more broken buy, but like, you know, they get to reap the benefits of war for this one. You see, Ball State's chamber nothing except his primary ability.
Yep. We do already have it all on the board as well. Ooh, this could be devastating here. Who was able to hit this? I think this is a gun we were able to steal from them too. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's on Bimmel because he just has a better shot of recovering if he doesn't hit it.
Yep. We've kind of been seeing that here. It looks like against Central playing a little bit slower, but it has been working out for us.
Teleport's ready.
Except for the pistol round, unfortunately.
Yeah. Glad to see Bimmel. He didn't get a kill, but one of the Ball State players are basically dead, so he's getting a lot of value of this gun and his positioning here because he's going to try and catch Ball State players that are rotating through mid, and unfortunately, Bannable is also low.
We see that wall going up. And it's
30 seconds left.
And we are able to use some of our util to really slow down Ball State. We need to make a move though soon. We're running out of time to hit this fight.
Yeah, we're gonna have 20 seconds on the board. Immediately have a dog fall. Bimmel waiting for that rotate. Ball State not hitting their shots there. Not very typical of them.
10
Bimmel
seconds
is
left.
the star of this gun. Bomb goes down. 2 players left.
One enemy
They
remaining.
have a lot of players that are low.
Oh.
And Bannable wins it
Clean it
anyway.
up.
Doesn't even need full health.
Wow, like four members still alive here. It's really good to see. And we are not succumbing to the pressure here of it being almost them at match point. We're just going up. This could go... It could be 10-10 if Central keeps this energy up. Because, again, this does beg the question, why did Central start on defense when we're seeing them shine so much on attack?
I know, especially when the odds are so clearly against them. It's like, guys, don't you want to get out of here faster? Like,
yeah, so definitely interesting call here. I would love to know why.
I think it's just to learn the other team. Like, if you're gonna do bad anyway, you might as well get something out of it, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not sure. Either explanation.
And it looks like both teams have one ult on the board, but both of them are okay alts, but probably won't be any game changers here. And Central, again, going slower, but they do have the time to do that right now, so that is totally
Teleport's
fine.
ready.
Bimmel just waiting to get this angle, hoping to get a shot here. But he might have to move to a different spot here. BeefStroganoff able to get a pick
Spike
before he's
down, mid.
traded. It's a 3-3 right now.
Spike retreat.
They're all good.
One suppressed.
Has that very impressive gun that he's been doing super well on.
Will he be able to get this neon here? Oh, this
It's gonna be
is
a lot harder.
Oh,
But Hound
helping.
Yeah, you want to see more of that.
And they
Last
This
player
angle.
standing.
It feels like Bimmel's
Oh.
expecting
One
it.
enemy
Now
remaining.
it's a
Bimmel's
1v1.
so low.
Mid.
Oh,
Yeah, didn't have the spike. Didn't
Yeah.
quite run away.
that was a very
What
close
will it be this
round.
time? Have any patterns emerged
Uh,
yet?
So yeah, really unfortunate there. Again, we're calling a timeout. We're C-SPAD, our coach calling that. I think this is a good timeout to call. We're getting really close to match point. If we want to try to win this, we need to do something here. So, makes sense that we're calling a timeout right now because we gotta talk about some things, clean some things up so that we don't get to match point, so that they don't win this next round.
Yeah, it's just, it feels like so random sometimes when we're winning these rounds because it's just like some things just kind of fall into place a lot better for us than they did. And it's just Central trying to figure out what exactly fell into place. Why are we winning these rounds? Because it's like that save round should have never happened. They shouldn't have won that. Like, 9 times out of 10, the team with the bye is going to do better and
Yeah.
win. And maybe you might get a few players here and there, but usually that doesn't happen. And it's like, how did you do that? What was the formula? Like, you
Mhm.
gotta think back. Like,
Yeah.
reflect. And it's like, you don't have a lot of time to reflect in these fast-paced rounds. Like, as soon as you're done, here's the next one.
Yeah.
So, these timeouts, that's why they're so important.
Yeah, and it's hard too because, what would have worked that round might not work this next round because both teams are changing, both teams are trying new things. So it makes it hard to know what is the next right step to do. We see Central, unfortunately running straight into Ball State's gun.
I have the spike.
And it is now a 4-5. We have noticed Ball State getting quite a few of the first bloods. Yeah, it looks like Central taking it slow again. We kind of need to make sure we keep our numbers up if we want to do anything here. So we might be looking to try to get a pick here with our team. Looks like everybody's peeking together, which is really good.
There.
And yep, we're taking it very slow, checking every single corner, which is what we need to see here. Now we do know where Ball State is. Unfortunately, I'm using a lot of util to stop Central from doing anything.
Are just really coming down to like the last 20-30 seconds.
We
When
need to get
Central
into sight.
is scattering and it makes them make a lot more
30
mistakes.
seconds left.
Yeah, I think we are unfortunately being a little bit too slow.
Last player
Just
standing.
a little bit. We need to speed things up a little bit. And BeefStroganoff, the only one left. Only so much to do. He's on 29 HP. There's 3 players, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately that timeout did not
Match
go in our
point.
favor to help us here, which is now we're at match point. If Ball State wins this next round, then it's over. But we do have 3 ults on the board, so hoping that we can see something from that. But Ball State does have their Sage ult, which means they can revive somebody if they need to.
A gift.
It's gonna be a lot of pressure.
Bimmel. Oh, not Bimmel. Yeah, we're gonna see Bimmel ready to use that ult just straight off the bat, trying to make something of it because it is match point. We should be
You want to
using
play?
these
Let's
ults. Even though
play.
it kind of pains us to use these, just because we have to, not because we want to. But we have to do what we have to do, and Ball State's gonna immediately just push them.
Yep.
Super aggressive. Bimmel punishes them though, so we're gonna have an ult for an ult.
One enemy
Unfortunately,
remaining.
not expecting all these
Spike
angles, and
down,
all of
B.
a sudden, just like that, it's down to just Bannable.
He might be able to get one, but he takes it out.
Oh, unfortunately, just not having the right angle at the right
Defenders
time.
win.
And that is
Correct
it.
and humble.
Kuroda's over. We have lost that thing. We got to see some good teamwork here from Central, but unfortunately just better mechanical skills and slightly better teamwork from Ball State there.
Yeah, so we're gonna see if Bind, has a little bit, because we have done super good on Bind, so hopefully that kind of fixes things and that goes a little bit better. So we'll see you on Bind after the break.
Yep. welcome back. We are moving on to our second map, Pine, which I'm very excited for because we usually do very good on Pine.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience and we have a pretty good idea of like what we play. Like we've seen on Corrode, we pretty much have our comp figured out. We're not gonna
Yep.
see anything crazy. We're not gonna see anything new. The interesting part is gonna be what Ball State chooses, and we're gonna see that they're gonna switch out the neon pick.
Yep.
Even after they did so good with it on Corrode. So we're gonna see very like a lot of parallels here in terms of composition. The only difference being the Tejo, which we haven't, I don't think,
We
seen
haven't
this
seen a
season.
lot. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how, like, if CMU is used to playing against that. Because we've seen a lot of typical agents. The only kind of sore thumb being not sore thumb. The only green thumb kind of being like Waylay kind of sticking out there. But the rest is just like, old agents. We're not seeing Tejo or Echo or, the new agents really.
Yeah, we've only seen Vito a couple of times as well. Looks like we're just getting ready for our pistol round. Looks like CMU is on. Oh,
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna go for a tech pause for
yep,
Ball State.
Yep, tech pause.
So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to go into bind and kind of figure out what works.
Yeah, unfortunately, so many tech pauses today. It happens sometimes. But yeah, thank you guys for still watching through all these tech pauses.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, because it can be a little annoying to pause the game over and over, but it's okay. It looks like we're slowly getting loaded back in, but yeah, so we're going into pistol round. I really hope we can win this pistol round because we haven't won one yet against them, against Ball State, so I need to see it. I need to see it happen. And we are on, looks like attack. And then Ball State is on defense, so we are starting on attack. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we have
Our logos I think unfortunately got there, but
we do not have the Tejo. So we are gonna be on
I was questioning myself there for a second, but yeah. And looks like we're gonna play pretty spread out right now. But,
yeah, looks like CMU really just bringing that chamber pick to any map they possibly can, because you see Ball State kind of went for a double initiator, which is going to be really helpful because just getting into some of these places on the map is just so hard, and the more utility that you have, it's kind of the better. And it's, it can be a little bit harder to use this chamber pick because it's like most of his utility is a gun. And so you really only see him shine on save rounds and stuff like that where they can't afford a better rifle, because otherwise you don't really use his primary after pistol round and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that will be, it's not always the best agent, but I mean, if you have that technical skill like we see Bimmel have, it can be beneficial, like if you use it right, so we'll have to see how it works out. And yeah, looks like we're finally going into this pistol round. Like Ball State kind of ready. It will be. I'm wondering if who will win this fight here. If Bannable will take that angle. It looks like he's not going to. He's gonna leave.
Yeah, but you see here, he's not even using his primary again. You're gonna see him use that ghost, so it comes into question, like, wouldn't there be a better agent to pick here? That gives it just a little bit more value.
Yeah, there definitely is a question about that.
Because I understand it's like a comfort pick, but you could play the same on like a different agent, maybe get a little bit more of it. So all I want from Central here is to just prove why we're doing that. Wouldn't like Bimmel and Bannable kind of benefit from like an aiming agent, or like an agent that kind of sets them up for peeking, like an initiator with the flashes and stuff like that? Just some food for thought.
Yeah, definitely. And we are, unfortunately, we got picked first, but it is going so slow. Like, Central's gonna run out of time here if they don't do something.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, we're gonna see it come down to the last 30, 20 seconds, and Central's gonna have such a hard time. And Central also does not have the bomb with them.
Yeah,
It looks like.
One enemy remaining.
really.
So,
Yeah, I don't know what
Down
the call
B.
is here. Unfortunately, just like that, we're picked off. That was interesting. I wonder if the tech pause maybe caused Central to not fully be prepared to go into that.
yeah, it did
yeah.
take a little bit. Maybe they were like, we're ready for this, we know what to do, and then it kind of shook them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see Central pull one of those wins on their save, though. 'Cause, they did do that last time.
That would be crazy to see if they are able to do that again. And even if they're able to win their bonus, that will put it at a 2-1. So you just need them to do something. Oh, Beef able to get that. It's like everybody's just trying to play together here. Luckily, Bind doesn't have as many long angles, so it can be beneficial. You're okay if you don't have the best gun. Fortunately, though, if we are able to, if Ball State is able to use one of their good guns, it would definitely throw Central off a little bit.
We really want to see Central not wait as long, because
Yeah.
when you have like 20 seconds on the clock, you have to go. You can't make, really,
Calls.
you can't make good calls. You can't make you don't have enough time to think about, should I do this or should I do that? Because you have to go no matter what. So the decision's kind of made for you. So we're going to see again, Central just not really proactive, not really doing anything. You're seeing Ball State make contact first, and it's like, you don't want that to happen because they're on defense.
30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
exactly. It's really, I wonder why the call is to go slow, if it's like from past games with Ball State, because we see them go a lot faster when playing against other teams. So that makes me think that's a specifically Ball State thing. And now all of a sudden we only have 13 seconds to plant, and like the pressure is on it.
10 seconds left.
I didn't
One
see
enemy
the,
remaining.
we're not going to see the bomb
Spike
go down.
A.
Yeah.
Because it's just, there's too many people still alive. You can't plant when all players on the enemy team are alive. It's going to make them, push you. And so you're not going to come out of that, on top when you have numbers disadvantage, weapons disadvantage.
Yeah, really weird. I don't fully understand the plan here, I guess. I think it's kind of weird that Central's taking so long to push into these.
I think Ball State is getting really good at adapting them, because Central's giving them so much time to adapt and kind of figure them out. Like, at this point, I would hope from Central that they're going to be super aggressive and just go straight into sight, because Ball State isn't going to expect that.
Yeah.
And Ball State's going to get so much information just from that one piece of utility, but BeefStroganoff's like, nope.
Yep, able to get them. Now all of a sudden it is a 5-3. And we'll able to get another.
Remaining.
I'm not going to see
Beef able
Ball
to get another.
State even get a chance.
Yeah, and all of a sudden just that Taeho is left. That's crazy. Okay. We saw Ball State trying to be aggressive, and they got very punished for that. So
Yeah, I wonder if it would have been
Balls.
different if Ball State wasn't as aggressive and CMU played the way that they have been playing. If it was a gun thing or if it was a play.
yeah, it's quite hard to tell, but we did win that round. It's 2-1. We're only one round behind. We definitely can catch up with this, so it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, so we're just waiting for this to start. We're gonna have to see Central try and. We did get to keep our guns from the last round, so this will be more of an even fight. So Central's gonna have to put their all into this if they want to tie it up. Just like that, we were seeing so much util go out. And Beef able to get another pick. You're seeing some really good aim here from BeefStroganoff. He got many of the picks last round, and he got one this time.
He's a very versatile player because he's so comfortable on both the initiator and the smoke rolls, which, has been debated to be both one of the hardest roles in Valorant to do. So, maybe put him on different roles and see how that goes. Do a little bit of experimentation.
Yeah, because we've seen from Beef, he has always stayed on those roles, like, year after year, so definitely would be interesting.
he should hopefully see him kind of reach that. Being slow and patient.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, not able to get those. Even peeking together, the other team just peeked together and was able to win that. So
Yeah, Bimmel tried his best, but Ball State's gonna make sure they have as many rifles and then pass the all point to Teo.
they're gonna be able to pick up the fuse. So, yeah. And unfortunately, it is 3-1. But divide is not too great yet. We can still come back from this. It was rough because we saw Central working together here, but we also saw Ball State working together, and because they just have that little bit of extra mechanical, little bit of extra stuff, they came out on top on that round.
Yeah, it's just, very disappointing because I felt like Central had it figured out, and now we're kind of in the same place again. But we're gonna see BeefStroganoff after, performing so well. He's gonna have his ultimate on board, so it could be a bit of an easier round as long as they just prioritize getting the bomb down.
Yeah, that is going to be really important here.
Yeah, we're kind of at the point in the game where a lot of ultimates are gonna be on the board, so that gives Central a little bit more options. But again, we're seeing them so slow, so hesitant, not wanting to peek first, and Bannable's gonna dry peek this, which is a little bit scary. Hopefully catching one player off guard.
Able to at least get them low before they
Spike
run
down,
away.
B.
But his teammates are dying.
Yeah, both teammates fell, and I wonder if it was maybe because they weren't using their utility. It seems like a bad habit of Central's. Like, you pay for it, you might as well use it.
That's interesting. Central sometimes approaches this as a just full, gun game and not a using util and all these other things that come along with playing back. So, yeah. And this is going to be a lot harder for Central to do anything here since it is a 3-5. They're just going to be able to
30
hold so many
seconds left.
angles. And Central's going to have to really play together here, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for Bannable to kind of break this crossfire because he's gonna show himself to both players
Yeah.
if he tries to do anything.
Yeah, they're both
No.
ready for him.
It's just another waiting game. Like, guys, we have 10 seconds on the board. We gotta do something.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, and they just keep taking it so slow, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't been taking it faster since the same thing plays out over and over and over again.
We're just gonna lose time.
Yeah. They keep trying to get it, Bannable trying to get some kills after the
Weapon
game's
short.
over, but
That
that's not
doesn't
gonna
do
get that
much.
much out of it, so. Ball State has 2 ults. 2 pretty good ults, and we have 1. And we are calling a timeout, okay. I think that's a good choice since we have been seeing some mistakes that Central has been making. We are not getting onto the site fast enough. We need to address those.
I feel like the answer is pretty obvious. Like, they're playing it like they're on defense and
Mhm.
Ball State is on attack. Like, you have to switch your mindset because what are we doing really? Like, Ball State shouldn't be getting the first contact. We should. We're attacking.
Yeah.
Our objective is to get to the site. Theirs is to stop us from getting to the site, but we're kind of waiting there. Like, maybe they'll just step off it and we can walk right in. Like, no, you have to invest your util. You have to invest people.
Yeah.
Like, we just losing to time is, like, kind of the worst way to lose because it feels like you really didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, yeah, we're playing it. I feel like we almost are expecting Ball State to be really aggressive on defense. But the thing is, we're just not seeing that. And so this plan of going slower, waiting for Ball State to be really aggressive would work. They were being aggressive, but they're not. They're just chilling out. They're waiting. They know that Central
I've
has to
done
come
more
to
with
them.
less. Keep
So
fighting.
I hope that in this timeout they were able to discuss something else to do here because whatever they're doing is not working, unfortunately.
On the bright side, if they keep this behavior, maybe it'll be a lot easier on defense. Because, they're a lot more patient and ready to kind of take this mindset in. So maybe, again, they post something they're not super good at so they can end it as a no.
And everybody kind of
down A.
panicking when that brimstone all goes out by Ball State. Hound getting caught there, and especially BeefStroganoff as well.
Yeah, we're not really expecting
One enemy
but we
remaining.
most definitely should.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that gun is so oppressive that Ball State has, and it's able to pick off the last 4 players.
Not seeing a lot of changes, not seeing much coming out of that timeout, really. You saw Boss State get a lot more aggressive, and in the end, it did work out for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, it does look like Ball State is having slight tech issues again, but we're just gonna have to wait for that. But yeah, we can keep talking about how hopefully that timeout and hopefully this time is helping Central figure out what is happening, what is not working. It also just might be Ball State understanding how to work this map a little bit better than Central, and that's causing them to slow down.
It's so odd watching this game. Like, you see Ball State's on defense, and they're being aggressive, and you see CMU on offense, and they're not being aggressive at all. It's like they've already switched sides. We've already got to 12 rounds in. It's really confusing because that's not how you're supposed to play it, and makes it a lot harder to kind of combat it if you're not, because there's a lot of pros and cons to each side, and you have to take advantage of those. Like, you're on defense, you get to be like, you take first contact, kind of like you get to sit in a corner and you don't have to do anything. You get to wait. They have to come to you. And then on attack, it's like, well, the round is kind of defined by us, so they can't do much until we make a move. And it's like, you have to realize that dynamic and kind of how it all gets woven together. So it's a little bit frustrating to see CMU not really play the side the way it's meant to be played, and I really think that's a reason why they're not doing as good right now. They're not playing it like they're on attacking.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like look at how they're playing here versus like how they played against Western, where we saw really fast shifts, going quickly from A to B, doing all these cool moves to get onto site, and we're not really seeing that here. And I do wonder if it is like a confidence thing, like we're scared about Ball State, and it's getting into our head a little bit here. So there's a lot of factors going into this. Hopefully this little tech pause is giving both teams some needed time to just relax for a second before going in. Yeah. Alright, and it looks like we figured out our tech issues. We are going into this. Now, it looks like after that little break, we are back. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the teams. I know sometimes taking a weird break can do that. So, yeah. Hopefully Central has whatever the new plan figured out.
You want to play? Let's
See
play.
what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna see Bimmel immediately use that chamber ult. We're gonna hopefully get something. Or we're gonna see Bannable, actually. He's on chamber now.
Yeah.
We're gonna see him immediately pop that ult. Hopefully we're gonna see him be a little bit more oppressive, maybe a little bit more assertive. Honestly, it looks like Cloud get off hard, so I think Bannable popped this because they're kind of on a save round, it looks like. Not the best funds.
Yeah.
And so it's just like when you're playing chamber like this, you don't get much value. When you use like it's just a little confusing. The utility usage and things like that. And again, there's no reason for Ball State to move. So Central needs to do something.
Yeah, and it's weird seeing us just holding angles on attack.
And it's like I said, we're playing so defensively on attack, and then they're like, oh shoot, the timer's going down.
Yeah.
We need to do something, and then they don't make the most educated and calculated decisions that they can because they're under a lot of pressure. And I don't even think they're gonna expect,
30 seconds left.
you know, these angles that are being held down here, and they're just being pushed
Pushed
back.
off of sight, and they're gonna
further
run
and
out of
further.
time.
And it's gonna be 20 seconds, and Ball State knows that. And now they don't even have smoke. They're gonna see Viper go down. They're gonna see the flash go out, but they don't get any value off of it.
Yeah, and that was just crazy. I am really wondering what Central was thinking here. They just didn't let Ball State use their util to keep pushing them off of sight until it was too late. And then they just have to run out, and Ball State's ready for them.
Yeah.
We see a timeout getting called.
Yeah, with how Ball State played on Corrode, you could really see that they're very util focused. Like, they were very teamwork focused, and it's like, why don't we switch out the chamber for like a KO, or like, you know, why don't we pick a more aggressive agent? Why don't we have a double duelist, you know, to help waylay with entry? Because we're just kind of sitting here, and it's really hard. Like, it's not the waylay's fault. Like, it's really hard to go into like a 4-person defense with all of this utility as waylay, because with that speed, something that happens a lot is a movement agent will get so far ahead of the team that the team can't really follow, or the duelists get separated and then they get picked. So it's really hard to find a nice medium with a movement agent, and you know, she's not getting a lot of help, you know, with everyone playing so slow. It's like, why wouldn't we use maybe like a second duelist? We, you know, have double initiator, or no, we have an initiator, but it's like we're not really using it until we have to. We have like 15 seconds left.
And that timeout is over. I hope that Central talked about something here.
Watch me.
I hope that they use that to figure out whatever went wrong in that last round, because something definitely did. Unfortunately, Ball State already being aggressive, already picking one off, and Central just trying to quickly. It looks like they're trying to go faster now. So hopefully they do that. Hopefully Ball State's not fully ready for it, even though they're down. Oh, and just like that, BeefStroganoff is thinking about planting. Oh, unfortunately, gang.
Immediately, it's just, you know, like my partner Ball State, you know, they're just gonna invest it all and take that round. No hesitating whatsoever.
It was nice to see Central going faster. We definitely pushed on the site a lot faster. Yeah, that unfortunately also did not work. I think Ball State was being really aggressive here, and I mean, I think Central does need to keep trying to go faster, but they're gonna have to try some different ways to go faster onto site. It's gonna be tough here for Central. But looks like Central's gonna try to maybe go more towards A again. We might try to get more of a feel. We do have 3 ults online, so that can definitely be devastating. It's like we're going kind of with a split. We kind of have some people on A, some on B. Unfortunately, BeefStroganoff getting picked.
Yeah, and it's Central again, so slow. You see the defense where the offense should be. Like, they're pushing so far in. Central has no space, no info, not even their utility, not winning the fight.
Unfortunately, we're getting picked by Ball State's Waylay.
And they've cleared all of A. They know it has to be the last 3 players on B. They just have so much space now.
Suppressed.
And using that to find
Launching
people.
missile.
So impressive.
Yeah, they're just gonna back Central into the corner and just damage them right there. They're not gonna be able to take that fight alone because because you see on Ball State, what you want to see from Central is what Ball State is doing. That Waylay is being backed up because sometimes she can get in a fight where, you know, she doesn't have her extra utility. She doesn't have her primary. You want to see that with Central. Like, you gotta really uplift your duelists. Otherwise, they can't really succeed. The point of the duelist is not to get the most kills. It's to entry and either get a kill or get traded. Because you want to trade the duelist for space.
Yes.
And it's just like, this isn't happening. Central's taking no space. So when Central's playing like this, they're not getting any space. It makes it even harder to decide which site they're going to go to. They haven't peeked or gotten info, so it's like, we don't know how many players are here versus the other site. We don't know which players we're going against either. So it's just like, there's too many unknowns when you play so slow and so unconfident. And we've seen this kind of pop up in the first 2 games of the season where Central was just very hesitant to really do anything. And we're going to see a little bit more proactive behavior, even though we've thrown off all. It's not going to get them onto the site though, which is going to be the issue.
Beautiful shot from Hound. Yeah, there is a lot of us. We use just 2 ults right there. We need to win this. We need to make those ults worth it. And it looks like we did get them down to 1. But it is unfortunate that we had to use 2 ults just to get there.
I know, and it's like, well, what are we gonna do the round we don't have 2 ults? And even using 2 ults is a little bit too close for, you know, how much we put in.
Yeah, and they really need to be looking out for this Viper. I don't know what angle they're gonna come from. Hound's able to get it though. And
That's why we couldn't afford to lose another player after investing so much.
Yeah. And we do have 2 ults left. That Viper ult can be really good. But yeah, we definitely need to, Ball State is already up to 8, and we're seeing almost a mirror of last round. Where Ball State was at 8, we were at 2 to 3 games. Like, we are seeing the same thing happen where we're letting them win over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's just, you see the Viper's pit, and you're like, oh great, Central can use this, but it's like, their biggest issue is not getting onto site, so how are we going to use the Viper's ult to win?
Exactly. So it's gonna be tough here. Central needs to put their agents in positions that can be beneficial.
And Ball State, gotta keep in mind, they do have ults on the board too. They can counter. Bannable, we're gonna see a little bit, finally, some proactiveness from Central, but Bannable is all alone, and he's gonna go into this 1v1. Not super favorable.
Unfortunately, it is all down to Hound.
We gotta help our way there. Otherwise, also just an unfavorable fight, and now it's gonna be a 1v3 Hound against the whole world.
Yeah. Oh, able to get one. Unfortunately,
Not able to get the second one. And, it's just, what more can you do?
and it's hard because we've seen on an individual level that Central is able to pull some things off. Like, Hound was able to get quite a few kills there. We sometimes see BeefStroganoff able to get quite a few kills. The last map, we kept seeing Bimmel and Cloud getting quite a few kills. But unfortunately, just when it comes to teamwork, we are not being able to put these people who have that mechanical skill, who has the ults online, into these positions to actually use them. So it is, unfortunately, just not quite working out. And I think Central right now is feeling like they're in a pickle. It's hard to keep morale up when the score is 9-2 right now. So, but this is our last round before the half, so we will probably see an explosion of util from both sides. I would not be surprised if Ball State tries to do something really quickly and just push them off here. Looks like Central's going to try to be aggressive towards A, but they are going again kind of slow.
Spike is down.
Spike down.
Not able to do this. Like, we're getting so slow that they're able to flank us, and that's genuinely not a good sign.
Yeah, and we lost the agents that had the ultimates to use. That Viper ult we had for so long, and we never used it. That is extremely disappointing.
I mean, we never were in a situation to use it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it might as well not even be there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just sad that we had it for so long, and through all those games, we were not able to put in a
Last thing
position.
I need is some hero.
We are on to
messing
pistol
things up.
round. It is 10-2. This is looking a little bit worse than our first game. Our first game, it was 9-3. We at least had a little bit more. We were able to catch up a little bit. But yeah, we're going into our pistol round. We kind of need to win this if we don't want Ball State to win, because if Ball State wins these next 2 games, it's going to be detrimental. We're just waiting here. It looks like we might have issues again. Fortunately. Oh. Right, yep, it looks like we're just waiting to load in. Alright, we are back in. Looks like we were able to get loaded in. Yeah, I'm sorry for all these tech issues. It seems to be more on Ball State's side. Don't really know what's going on, unfortunately. But we are back in. Again, pistol round. So Central needs to win this if they want something to happen, because it's getting very close to match point. Pressure's on. Central's on defense. Ball State is now on offense. Let's see what happens. Alright, and we are off. It looks like Central's gonna play kind of spread out, and it looks like we're already colliding, having some trades happen. Noticing quite a fast pace compared to what we have been seeing when Central was on the side.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see, but it looks like they're doing
One
a lot
enemy
better
remaining.
on defense.
Wow, yeah.
So it's like,
Why don't
I
we
wonder-
start on defense?
yeah, I wonder if CMU chose
Yeah, I don't know
bind
who
and
chose.
Ball State chose defense.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we weren't really sure what happened there.
Don't miss the two
But yeah, fast player gonna get sandwiched, and
Yep.
it's like,
Wow,
is this the same team?
Yeah, I know. That was really good. Really good teamwork there on Central. They were able to adapt to that fast pace really well, which is surprising since every game has been going so slow. But yeah, it does beg the question, like, did Central choose attack? And if so, why? And if not, why are they struggling so much on attack compared to defense? So
Yeah, it's like, I understand maybe not choosing the side you don't like, maybe get it out of the way, but then it's like Ball State has 10 rounds on the board. And so you have a lot more pressure to win every single round and
Yeah.
win multiple rounds in a row, and it's like, that's a lot. But like I said, the way Central was playing was just inherently defensive, so maybe that's just shining a lot more when you're actually on defense.
and already we got a trade there.
Essentially, that's going to put a gun right into Ball State's hands.
Yeah.
Could be a little scary.
Ball State moving together rapidly towards B. I think that's not fully expected.
Bimmel not able to get a shot. That's gonna he's gonna immediately lose the positioning there and just
Yeah.
be rushed with a gun that's not super good. Was to
Fortunate.
be rushed on.
Bannable able to get one before he gets picked off. It is now a 2v3. Ball State has the numbers by a little bit. We're able to get that plan.
This is definitely not how you want to see your bye round go.
Yeah. Beef able to get one. It is now even. He's 2v2. And able to do something. Hound very low. He needs to do something. He needs to go fast.
Should have used utility there.
Yeah.
Honestly, he still had dog. Now that's Beef in a 1v1.
Yeah.
Gotta reload. He is super low. Gotta be super careful, but
Thrifty,
no.
dang.
That
That was...
doesn't fit it.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what the call was on that. We saw that that Ball State had to reload that very powerful gun, and if I were Hound, I would have run in there while they were reloading, catch them off guard, but it's hard to make some of those calls in the moment. But yeah, we are getting closer and closer to match point. Ball State only needs to win just a little bit more to secure this win, and Central's definitely feeling the pressure on that.
No kidding, and it's like, there's not a lot of teamwork. Like, everything that we saw on Tuesday and what you saw on Wednesday, it feels like it's just getting unraveled, and we're back at square one, and that's, really disheartening to see because Central has so much potential. They just utilize their kits and, their skill, because they do have clinical skill. We've seen it from Stroganoff. We've seen it from Bimmel. We've seen it from Bannable. Yeah. Like, these are good players. I just feel like they're not making great decisions.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we lose first contact yet again. We're not going to be able to take that. That already leaves us at a 3-5. You're so close to match point. We're not able to get one, but there's only so much you can do.
And now, just like that, it's like time flies, and now we're at match point.
Yep, and if Ball State wins this, it will be over for Central Michigan. So, pressure's on. Hopefully our economy has recovered enough to do something here, because nobody really has any ultimates on the board. It's too early for that, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to do anything here. We're in a tricky spot right now. Yeah, so it looks like they are going to, it looks like Ball State is gonna go towards B again. They seem to be able to get onto B very well, and already Bimmel is picked off. Again, Ball State doing really good on first contact.
I think Bimmel just a little bit too far, not the best positioning. A lot of Central players are kind of using guns that kind of rely Ball State.
I've got your
really
trail.
close right up to there. Dodds gonna get it. This is gonna get treated.
One enemy
And
remaining.
unfortunately, everybody's just getting flashed there. So yep, that is the end. Ball State able to win that 13-3. Really unfortunate, but we did know that Ball State was going to be a harder school to play against. We know that they are ranked very similar to Akron, so it was going to be hard to get there. I just wish we won a couple more matches.
Yeah, so next few matches will be a lot easier, so we'll probably see Central shine a little bit. So
Yes.
hopefully you tune in for those next week.
Yes, because we're going against Buffalo on Tuesday. We are so excited to play Buffalo. So yes, please tune in. We will see you then, hopefully with less tech issues.
Yeah. Have a good night.